Good morning, welcome to the vlog. I am just starting off this vlog at 9:40 a.m. because I am getting ready to go to our fertility appointment. To the fertility clinic that I had told you guys about in the first video that I posted here on this channel. So if you haven't watched that, I suggest you go and watch it because I explain about like our whole story and our fertility journey so far. And right now I'm just finishing up getting ready to go to our first fertility appointment at a clinic. So I'm very nervous and I'm also excited, but more nervous than excited. I get really anxious and I'm hoping that everything turns out well. We're just exploring our options. Like this is a very expensive process, and we are very aware and we want to see if it's within our financial realm, if you will. So I'm just trying not to get my hopes up too high, but also trying not to be pessimistic. I'm trying to be neutral and keep an open mind. Whatever happens, happens. I know that I'll just be really nervous. But I mean, there's a first time for everything, and I just wanna take you guys along. Anyways, I'm like deviating from the from the subject. I'm just gonna put on a little bit of gloss because that makes me feel a little better. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm like nervous to the point where I'm like shaking. But if this is the journey that we need to go on, it'll be, accessible for us. And if it's not, then it won't, and that's okay too. So just fingers crossed that I don't puke in there. Okay. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Also, I wanted to mention we leave around 10 just to be there on time. Our appointment is at 11, which I didn't mention, and I'm just gonna try to have some breakfast right now, see if my nerves permit it, and then we'll be out. So send me all of the good vibes. I am back home. My husband Angel just went to work. And I've had a little bit of time to like just process my thoughts a little better and stuff, because I was feeling very overwhelmed, and I just recorded a clip trying to explain everything, and I'm just very like absent-minded because I was just, you know, so anxious going into it because I didn't know what to expect, and then anxiety got the best of me, and it's kind of all a blur, but which is really unfortunate because I was trying to be as present as I possibly could, just because, you know, there's a lot of like explanation going on about, you know, like treatment wise and like whatever, and then, you know, I'm just over here in my own little world. I don't know. So it's just, it was a very overwhelming experience, but also positive, because she was really nice. She was a really nice doctor, and she like explained as much as she could, so that we could understand how things are done. And, you know, she went into like the whole anatomy of how everything works and everything. Like, it, you know, she was trying her best, because I did tell her that I was really, really nervous, and she's like, don't be nervous, this is an exciting appointment, and whatever. And, you know, she was really nice. I'm just a very anxious person like that, but I want to like document everything, because I, you know, if I can provide as much information as I can for somebody else who's maybe going to go through this for the first time, and is, you know, looking up information about like, well, what's gonna happen, like what exactly am I gonna, you know, encounter, like what exactly can I expect. If I can do that for someone, then, you know, that would be amazing, because I didn't have that. So I think it's helpful to, like, as a community, to like help each other, if that makes sense. So anyways, I'll paint the whole picture. We walked into the office. So we were greeted by the receptionist, and she asked for my ID and my insurance card. I gave it to her. She had a moment to herself, you know, just, you know, preparing paperwork for me, and then which was really just one paper. It's kind of a notice for like your insurance stuff. So on there, it's like information about what your insurance covers and what it does not. And so she had me put my initials on there, and that was it. So okay, so it says, as a courtesy to you, we have obtained benefits for infertility service through your health plan. For us, we have diagnostic testing and maternity coverage, and that's the only thing that our insurance covers. It does not cover infertility medication. It doesn't cover ovulation induction, artificial insemination, or in vitro fertilization. That's basically what that notice was for. So you signed that. I signed that, and I sat down on the little couch in the waiting room with Angel. We were sitting there for a couple of minutes, and then a nurse came out to get me for vitals. So she took my blood pressure and she weighed me and took me back out to the waiting room, and then we were called in by our doctor. So, editing Sarah here, I forgot to mention that in this appointment I did get a blood draw. The doctor wanted to do an AMH test, which stands for anti-Mullerian hormone, which is a hormone that's secreted by your follicles in your ovaries. It determines how much volume or how many follicles you have, I think. It is not an egg count, but the higher the volume, the higher chances you have of having more eggs, is what I understand. But just be prepared if you have a fear of needles, or if you just want to be prepared and don't want to be caught by surprise, then just have in mind that you might need a blood draw. And I will talk about my personal levels in another vlog, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, back to the video. So the doctor went over our medical history, both of our medical history. Anything, like anybody, like either personally or like in our family, if there was like breast cancer, uterine cancer, any sort of like condition like that. We talked about like any allergies to any medication, just all of that sort of thing. I told her I have PCOS. I told her what procedures I've had done and everything. Angel told her the same. So after we were done with all of the medical history stuff, then she went into kind of like how everything works, like what they are going to be testing for and stuff like that. So we're going to do diagnostic testing. As far as my case goes, I need to have it's called an SHG, and that is a procedure where they inject a dye into like the uterus, and it goes into from the uterus all the way to the fallopian tubes, and it kind of like trickles out. And so that is done to see if there are any abnormalities within the uterus or the fallopian tubes. If there's any like blockages, if there's anything like abnormal. She gave me a prescription for a medication that I'm supposed to take for that procedure. So she told me that I'm supposed to take that medication as I'm starting my period. Like when I start my period, I am supposed to start taking that medication 2 days prior to the HSG procedure for a total of 5 days. And it's doxycycline of 100 milligrams. And then she said to take 600 milligrams of ibuprofen 1 hour prior to the procedure, because she said that that procedure can cause cramping. And since I already experienced like heavy cramping when I'm on my period, she said to, make sure to, take that, just so I'm good on that front. ibuprofen. She didn't prescribe me any ibuprofen. So if it's like the 200 milligram ones, she said to take 3 of those. And so after I have done that procedure, and of course I need to like bring in like that, which is why I need to schedule an appointment with a gynecologist. I need to have my pap smear done, and I also need to, you know, like do like all of the annual testing. And also the reason why I also need to have an established relationship with a gynecologist prior to me starting treatment with the Fertility Institute is because of course you graduate, after you get pregnant, you graduate from the fertility clinic to your normal OBGYN. And so, you know, she said most, these are her words, not mine, most gynecologists won't even see you until 11 weeks or further. And you graduate at 7 weeks at this institute, which is super soon to me. Like, it's mind-boggling to me. It's almost 2 months and that's it. I'm already like freaking out over that, but we'll see what happens. To summarize, that's the gist of what we talked about. Either way, that's my side of things. For Angel though, he needs to go in for a semen analysis. Either he can do it either in office, or they gave him a little like a sample kit. He can do it at home, and since we live like 20 minutes away, he can do it at home and bring it in, sort of thing. But it shouldn't be more than 45 minutes. How do I explain it? So from the time of collection to the time you bring it into the clinic, it shouldn't be more than 45 minutes. We have those 2 options. It's just because we live so close anyways. I think we should be more than okay to just take it in, to do it. He can do it at home, and we can take it in, sort of thing. And basically, you know, you collect the semen into a little tube, and they suggest that you, in like a nutshell, you abstain for at least 3 days, no more than 5, I think, just because, you know, males produce semen constantly, right? And so you don't want to go longer than 3 days, is what she was explaining, 3 to 5 days, because, you know, then you're having like, you're bringing in like an old sample. And then the instructions are abstain from sexual intercourse 48 to 72 hours prior to semen collection, but no longer than 3 days. That's what this document says. It continues, for collection at home, our office will provide a sterile container for your specimen. If you choose to collect at home, the specimen must be received in the laboratory within 1 hour of collection. 45 minutes is what she said, which is the safe route to go. Do not refrigerate the specimen or allow it to become excessively warm. So you want to keep it like body temperature. It's really helpful if you have like a hoodie or whatever on, and you keep it like close to your body, literally like physically close to your body, until you arrive at the clinic or whatever. So what we're gonna do is, you know, he's gonna collect the sample, and he's gonna keep it with him, and I'm probably gonna drive to the clinic so that he can just kind of focus on keeping it close to him. So that is his part of, you know, as far as the diagnostic testing goes. After all of those results are in, from like the results from the semen analysis, the results from my blood work, and once I am ready to bring in all of the results from my OBGYN or my gynecologist, then we should be good to like schedule another appointment to go over all of those results with the doctor, and she'll come up with the treatment plan. And that's basically where we're at. And I hope that's like helpful for someone out there. If it's helpful for anyone watching this, then that's pretty cool, and I'm glad. So, and also, more than anything, I just want to document everything. I wanted for me, for just for me, really. Okay, so I'm gonna go have some lunch, and yeah, please subscribe if you haven't already. I'll have linked in the cards somewhere around here. I can't remember which side it is. The first video on the channel, which explains, you know, like I said this morning, it explains like our whole, as far as our fertility journey goes. So I'll have that linked somewhere. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching and for all your support. I hope you have an amazing day wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.